Have you ever stopped dead in your tracks and wondered, are aliens actually watching us right now? Every single step we humans take towards modernity, every breakthrough, every mistake, every war, every invention, are they seeing it all? Could the powerful beings we've called gods for thousands of years actually be these higher intelligence extraterrestrial entities? Beings who can observe our every move in crystal clear detail, but deliberately choose zero interaction, zero contact, zero interference. They just watch, study, and let the experiment run its course. These are some seriously huge claims. But on what solid ground are top scientists making statements like this? It's not random speculation from conspiracy forums. So let the story begin back in the 1970s, deep in the rural heartland of America, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, places like that. Farmers started waking up to a nightmare. Their cattle were found dead in the pastures with bizarre, almost surgical precision mutilations. We're talking clean, bloodless cuts that looked like they were done with lasers or some advanced tool, specific organs removed, genitals excised, eyes and tongues taken out. No signs of struggle, no footprints, no blood on the ground. These weren't normal predator attacks. This happened again and again, night after night, across entire regions. Ranchers were terrified, reporting it to local police and authorities. And by the way, friends, this is all documented true events. Hundreds of cases, official investigations, newspaper headlines screaming about it. At the exact same time, people in the same areas began spotting strange lights and UFO-like objects hovering silently in the night sky. Some witnesses described black helicopters with no markings appearing out of nowhere right after the mutilations. The stories exploded in the media. People came forward on TV and radio sharing their experiences, saying they felt watched, scared, like something was conducting experiments on their livestock. Authorities launched investigations, but answers never came. Just like that, people started connecting the dots. Was this some kind of alien lab work? Were these higher beings taking samples, testing, studying our biology without ever showing themselves fully? Yes, I'm serious. The narrative got so wild and popular that it fueled decades of UFO research and even government files that are still being declassified today. Now, around that same era, some of the world's sharpest scientific minds were already wrestling with a much bigger puzzle. One of them was physicist John Ball, who in 1973 put forward what we now call the laboratory hypothesis. A powerful solution to the biggest mystery in the cosmos. But to understand why he said what he said, we have to go back a little further to another genius lunch table moment. You remember Enrico Fermi, the Nobel Prize winner, the guy who basically designed the first nuclear bomb during the Manhattan Project? He was sitting with other top scientists in Los Alamos talking about the universe over lunch when the conversation turned to aliens. Fermi looked at everyone and dropped his legendary question: where is everybody? And friends, that question is pure genius. Just think about it. Our universe is 13.8 billion years old. That's not some small number. That's 13.8 billion years of time for life to emerge, evolve, and spread. In our observable universe alone, there are roughly 2 trillion galaxies. 2 trillion. And in just our Milky Way galaxy, there are between 100 and 400 billion stars. Now do the math with me. This will blow your mind. Even if only a tiny fraction of those stars have planets, and only some of those planets sit in the habitable Goldilocks zone where liquid water can exist, we're still talking about billions upon billions of potential Earth-like worlds. NASA's Kepler telescope and now the James Webb Space Telescope have already confirmed thousands of exoplanets. And the data shows that at least 1 in every 5 stars likely has at least one planet in that perfect life-friendly zone. The raw materials for life, carbon, oxygen, water, all the elements, are everywhere in the cosmos. They're not rare, they're common. So mathematically, intelligent life should not just exist, it should be common. It should have appeared multiple times across billions of years and trillions of planets. Some of those civilizations should be way older than us, way older. And here's where your brain really starts to fry. Look at our own timeline on Earth. Our planet is only 4.5 billion years old. The first living cells appeared around 3.7 billion years ago through abiogenesis, non-living chemicals somehow sparking into life. It took another 3 billion years or so for complex life to really take off. Fish crawled onto land about 390 million years ago. Dinosaurs ruled for roughly 165 million years and went extinct 66 million years back. And us modern humans? We've only been around for about 300,000 years. Agriculture? Just 12,000 years? The Industrial Revolution? Barely 200 years old. And in the last 100 years alone, we went from horse carriages to smartphones, from splitting the atom to sending robots to Mars and beyond. Just imagine that exponential curve of progress, friends. Technology and intelligence don't grow linearly, they explode. What we achieved in the last 200 years dwarfs everything from the previous 5,000 years. So if another planet somewhere got a head start of even just 100 million years, not even close to the full cosmic timescale, their civilization would be so far ahead of us it would look like magic. We're talking godlike technology, faster than light travel maybe, control over matter at the atomic level, artificial intelligence beyond anything we can dream, maybe even the ability to engineer entire planets or simulate realities. The gap between their intelligence and ours would be bigger than the gap between us and a spider, 1,000 times bigger. So again, where is everybody? Why don't we see their megastructures, their signals, their probes, their colonies? Why the great silence? This is the Fermi Paradox, and the laboratory hypothesis gives us one of the most chilling and elegant answers yet. Advanced civilizations don't destroy us or contact us because they've chosen to turn Earth into a giant laboratory, or a zoo, or both. They observe us like scientists in white coats watching lab rats run through mazes. They set the conditions, maybe even seeded the first life through directed panspermia billions of years ago, and then they step back completely. No interference. Why? Because any direct contact would contaminate the experiment. It would ruin the natural evolution, the natural choices, the natural filters that intelligent life has to face. They want to see how we develop on our own. Are we studying them, studying us? Maybe those cattle mutilations were just tissue samples. Maybe some ancient god encounters were brief check-ins that got recorded in our myths. And friends, this lines up eerily with what our religious texts have been saying all along. Look at the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells Arjuna he's part of a bigger cosmic play. The Bible talks about the Watchers, the sons of God who came down and observed humanity, even intermingled in some interpretations, but mostly stayed apart. The Quran speaks of Allah seeing everything, testing us, keeping accounts until the final day. Ancient Sumerian texts describe the Anunnaki as beings from the heavens who engineered humans and then stepped back to watch. Hindu scriptures talk about Vimanas, flying machines of the gods, and beings who descend but rarely stay to rule directly. Across cultures, the story is the same. Powerful entities who watch, who test, who judge, but who mostly remain hidden. What if those gods weren't supernatural at all? What if they were just advanced alien scientists running the longest experiment in cosmic history? Now here's the really scary part that makes the laboratory hypothesis even stronger. Maybe most civilizations never make it past certain barriers. Scientists call these the great filters. And every intelligent species might carry its own expiration date built right in. Think about it. We already have hydrogen bombs thousands of times more powerful than Hiroshima, biological weapons that could wipe out billions, artificial intelligence that's advancing faster than anyone predicted, quantum computers, self-improving systems that could one day decide humans are obsolete. On top of that, our own planet is heating up at alarming rates. Polar ice melting, islands sinking, extreme weather everywhere. Jakarta, Bangkok, Miami, and Moriah, cities already feeling the pressure. Then there are the natural filters waiting ahead, massive asteroid strikes, supervolcano eruptions, gamma-ray bursts from distant stars that could fry the entire atmosphere in seconds. One wrong move, and it's game over. Maybe the lab keepers are watching to see if we survive our own adolescence. Maybe they've seen thousands of other species hit the same wall and collapse before they ever reach the stars. Just imagine, my friends, if this is true, then every news headline you read, every technological leap, every climate disaster, it's all data for some higher intelligence somewhere out there. They're not here to save us or conquer us. They're here to study whether we pass the test or become another failed experiment in their vast cosmic notebook. The silence isn't empty, it's deliberate. The darkness isn't empty space, it's a one-way mirror. This whole idea will completely rewire how you look at the night sky tonight. It will make you question every ancient story you've ever heard, every unexplained sighting, every leap in human progress. Are we alone? Probably not. Are we special? Maybe not in the way we think. Are we being watched? Quite possibly yes. Until next time, friends, keep looking up, because something might just be looking back. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the full episode.